Alright, so Excel Nationals is coming up. Now, what even is the Excel Nationals? So I run in a category called Circuit Excel SA, which is our South Australian state category running under CERA. CERA, which is the Circuit Excel Racing Association, is basically the national governing body for the category. They set all of the technical regulations that every state then runs under. Then in each state you have local championships. So you've got Series X3 New South Wales, the Hyundai Excel Racing Association Victoria, Series X3 Queensland, Circuit Excel Racing Tasmania, WA Excel Cup, and then Circuit Excel Racing NT, and of course, Circuit Excel SA. But once a year, aside from Bathurst, everybody comes together for one massive event, the Circuit Excel Nationals. Every state sends their best drivers, and we finally get to see where we stack up against the rest of Australia. Last year was at Phillip Island, but this year, it's on home turf. Nationals is at the Bend, baby. Alright, so we're at the Bend Motorsport Park for a test day. So no racing this weekend, but we're just getting ready for Nationals, doing a few things to the car, changed my seating position, so the whole car feels a bit strange to me now, but basically got to try and get everything we need to do to dial in this car before our big Nationals event later on this year. So there are a couple of things we have to sort out before Nationals. First up, I'm sitting way too high up in the car. My helmet's basically touching the roll cage. Now, that's not ideal for a few reasons. Like, ergonomically, my legs are all cramped up and uncomfortable. From a performance standpoint, having my body weight that high up in the car is not helping anything either. And then there's also the safety side of it. You really don't want to have your head that close to structural bars. And if the car ever ended up upside down, I definitely don't want to be sitting that close to the roof that could potentially cave in. The challenge is, I'm a fairly tall bloke, so getting me low in the car isn't exactly easy. But thanks to the team at Excel Garage, we made the necessary changes to get the sitting position much lower and honestly, way more comfortable.
It is actually crazy, like how much the car feels, like how different the car feels just by changing the seating position. Because my legs position is different to what I'm used to, I gotta change how I use the pedals, because my hands position is slightly different as well, like where my hands are on the steering wheel. Like the feedback I'm getting just feels different, so definitely a bit of a learning session. Being lower physically in the car as well is good. Definitely makes it feel a bit nicer. There's also been a while since I've been in the car as well, so I mean the first session really was just trying to learn how to drive again. It does make it hard when there's so much time between races. Like, I think this is the longest gap we've ever had, like mid-season too. Hey, it's Robbie. I've seen a lot of the guys doing the big swerving on the warm-up lap. I'm on the fence about that, to be honest. I don't really know if it works that well. I know it like feels good when you're like throwing the car in sideways and everything, but I think you're generating a lot of surface temp rather than bulk core temp. But I think with this sort of tyre you want, or any racing tyre, you want core temperature rather than surface temp. And by scrubbing the top of the tyre across the surface of the ride, you're just getting surface temp. And you build bulk temp by actually loading the tyre. So like what this guy's doing in front, I don't really know if it works. Well, that's just my 2 cents. The brakes do a lot of tyre warming too. Like, who will forget that? Every time you're hard on the brakes, it warms up the tyre heaps. Track's nice and grippy today, so which is nice.
Cooper, I was admiring my artwork that I drew on the side of your car. Any words?
Yeah, just watch it next time, otherwise it's coming for you, mate.
Here we see in its natural habitat a wild, dusty meteor playing with race cars. Uh-oh. Here we see the native mating technique of the wild Ben the mechanic.
I even stacked it. I was running to go shoot a car and stacked it at turn 1, so
There you go.
make sure you wear grippy shoes. I'm sure Cameron's got a partner deal with some shoe company. Speaking of companies, his merch store is now live, so if you want hats, shirts, hoodies, jackets, jocks, socks, or Crocs, you know where to go.
How's the plug? Yeah.
It makes your life easier to get all that shit in. Good day?
It's good. It's good so far. Just basically chasing the feeling of the car with just the new sitting position.
Yeah.
You know, like when all your touch
it's
points.
better, isn't it, though?
It's better, but it takes a bit to get used to.
Your
like
brain is so used to it.
Yeah.
Your flow state might be fucked up now.
But also like the sight lines, because I'm like further back in the car, coming in like turn 3, like where the apex is like an A-pillar.
Yeah, it's different. It's like, oh shit.
It's all just slightly different. It throws you off.
The second issue we had to sort out before Nationals was interesting. So at round 1 with a new team, we actually qualified comfortably inside the 103% rule. Now, the 103% rule basically means that if you're quick enough, within 103% of the official CERA lap record, your car then becomes subject to the full extent of the rule book. And when I say like full extent, I mean like the full extent. The car gets checked bumper to bumper, engine seals get checked, gearbox seals get checked, shock sealing tags get checked, shock sealing tags. Uh-oh. I don't have them. Oops. Look, thankfully I got let off with a first offense, don't do it again warning, but honestly it was probably a good thing that it got picked up. It looks like the previous owner had some issues with the shock top hats coming loose, so they cut off the tamper seals to get a rattle gun over the nut to tighten them. Look, it works, but the problem with that now is there's nothing then proving you haven't actually modified the control suspension package. And at a Nationals event, that's absolutely the kind of thing that can get you told to pack up and head home. So the shocks had to come out and we got them sent off to Supashock. They dyno tested them and compared the results against the official control datum graphs. Turns out these shocks hadn't been serviced or even checked since they were built in 2022. They put the fronts on the dyno and apparently, and I quote, they were fairly soft, especially in rebound. No rebound.
I've been having a bit of an understeer issue with the car all season. I'm actually quite annoyed at this point because I'm not really happy with how the car feels. I'm trying to constantly make this car sharper and sharper and get it turn around corners. I've been looking at the onboards of the other team cars and mine just does not turn in like theirs does.
Oh my God, it wasn't me. It was the shocks the whole time. I knew I wasn't a terrible driver. Huge thanks to Supashock for the super quick turnaround getting these rebuilt. We sort of left it a little bit late because I'm very organized. The fresh shocks are now back in the car and oh my God, what a difference. The front hooks up now and the car can actually turn. So the test day went well, we've made some good progress with the car, I'm feeling confident and I'm really looking forward to the Nationals race. If you want to support us, you can pick up a shirt, hat or hoodie from quinracing.com.au. You can also join our YouTube channel as a member, which is a new feature we've just had made available to our channel. I've added a few perks, but let me know what you guys like from it. I want to create real value for you guys. For those that join the top tier, I'll end up printing your name somewhere on the race car. The cheapest way to support us is to like the video, subscribe and leave a comment. This will keep the YouTube algorithm happy. I'm still working on the how to fit 35s to a Raptor video. I've been asked heaps about it. It is coming, don't worry. Thanks for watching to the end. I appreciate all of you and we'll see you in the next one.